Ashley Morris, the owner and lead tutor at amtutors.com, where we specialize in virtual one-on-one math tutoring for middle school and high school students. In today's video, we're going to convert between fractions and decimals. Now, I want to start this out. If you're looking to go between repeating decimals and a fraction, we are not doing that today. We are not going to take a repeating decimal and make it into a fraction. There will be a separate video for that. So first we're going to convert from a fraction to a decimal. And with this, you're going to use long division. And you're just going to keep going, okay? There's not going to be a remainder. You're going to get a decimal. And if it doesn't stop, if it doesn't terminate, like it's going to just keep going, then we're going to just stop after the hundredths place. So we're going to get two numbers after the decimal, and then we're going to stop. Your teacher may ask you to do it a different way. I'm just saying, get me two decimals, and then we can stop. We're not going to go any farther than that. And so to do this, we're going to do long division. So with number 1, we're going to put the 21 on the inside and the 5 on the outside. So we like push that 21 off the top, off the numerator spot, and push it into the house. And since we're going to go to decimals, I'm going to go ahead and put my decimal there and move it up so that I don't forget about it. So 5 does not go into 2. You could put a 0 there if you want, but you don't have to. 5 does go into 21. It goes into it 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract and we get 1 left over. Okay, we have numbers left over. We're going to keep going. So that means we have to add a 0 to bring down. 5 goes into 10 2 times. And we have 0 left over. So this is going to equal 4.2. And then we're done. So this one stopped. It's a terminating decimal. I'm going to move this over here so we have more space for number 2. Number 2. Get a different color. The 2 goes on the inside and the 3 goes on the outside. 3 does not go into 2. 0. Make sure you put your decimal. I try to put it when I first start, but sometimes I just get so excited. But don't forget to put that decimal in there. 3 does not go into 2, but 3 will go into 20. We're going to pretend that's a 20 for a second. We're going to ignore the decimal. We already took care of it by moving it up. 3 goes into 26 times. Oh, we changed colors. Cool. 6 times 3 is 18. Subtract. I've got 2 left over. Add a 0. Bring it down. Ooh, we're back at 20. This is going to make a pattern. Watch this. 3 goes into 20 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. Subtract, and we've got 2 left over. So this is just going to keep going with that pattern. So what that means is this is not going to stop. So it's a not terminating decimal. It does not terminate. And if you notice, it's going to just keep being 6, 6, 6 over and over and over and over again. So we can write that as 0.6 repeating. Put the little bar on top. If you notice you've got a little pattern like that going on, do 0.6 with the bar on top. So number 1 was a mixed number, improper. Number 1 was improper. Number 2 was not, but it worked the same way. Number 4. Number 4, that's not number 4, that's number 3. Oops. Number 3. We're going to put the 3 on the inside and the 7 on the outside. Move my decimal up. And I went ahead and made it a 30 because I could tell 7 does not go into 3. 0. 7 goes into 30 4 times. That's going to give me a 28. Subtract, and I get 2 left over. Add a 0. Bring it down. 7 goes into 20. If I did 3, that'd be 21. So it's going to have to be 2 because 21 is too big. 14, and I get 6 left over. Now, as you can see, this is just going to keep going. And you can add a 0 and keep going, but my direction said, get me 2 decimals. Get me a tenth, get me a hundredth, and then you can move on. So this one's going to just be 0.42. Some people like to put like a ... to let people know it keeps going. I'm fine with you stopping there. If your teacher wants you to do the ... or keep going, just make sure you follow their directions, okay? So number 4, I want you to try, or not 4, you try 4/9. I want you to do that one. I'm going to try and leave number 3 there so you can follow that if you need to. So pause, you try it, and then we'll do it together. So I've got 4/9. I'm going to come over here. I didn't really leave myself enough room. So the 4 is going to go on the inside. The 9 is going to go on the outside. 9 does not go into 4. So I'm going to put a 0 there. But 9 will go into 40. 4 times? Yeah, 36. Subtract and I get 4 left over. Ooh, looks like a pattern. Bring down the 0. Yep, 9 goes into 4 times. 36. I've got 4 left over. So that 4 ends up repeating. So this one's going to be 0.4 with the bar on top. So if it's the same number over and over and over again, or the same couple numbers, like if it was 0.363636, and it keeps going, then you can do 0.36 and put the bar over both of them. The bar goes on top of whatever keeps repeating. And in this case, it was just the 4. And if you don't put a bar, but you just do ... that's how I've seen people show you. It doesn't repeat, but it keeps going. We don't know what it does, but we know it keeps going. So just be careful of that difference. Now, the last way that we're going to do is we're going to convert this time between a decimal and a fraction. And this is really nice, but you have to remember what words go with which place value. That's the tricky part on this one. Other than that, we know how to do everything. A lot of times, number 1, we'll just say 0.5. And number 2, we'll say 0.36. But that's not the correct way to say it. If you say it the correct way, you'll know what kind of fraction to write. So instead of saying 0.5, we're going to call it 5/10. That 5 is in the tenths place. And if you say 5/10, that's how you write the fraction, 5/10. Technically, that's our answer. We're just not done reducing. Like, that's correct. We just need to keep going. So we're going to divide by 5 on the top and the bottom to make that 1/2. You got to reduce it all the way. Number 2, same idea. 0.36, we would really say that as 36 hundredths, tenths, and then the hundredth place. So we're going to do 36/100. And then if you can, you got to reduce it. So that I can divide both of those by 4, I think. 36 divided by 4 is 9. 100 divided by 4 is 25. Yeah. And if you didn't see that and you divided by 2, you would just have to divide by 2 again. You'll get there, though. The next one you try. That is not number 5. That is 5.04. So pause here. You try that. So when I try this one, I'm going to ignore the 5 for a minute. I'm going to put it in my final answer. So 0.04 is really 4 hundredths, tenths, hundredths. Divide both by 4, and we get 1/25. So that's just the decimal part. We need to stick that 5 back in front. Don't forget about him or her. So that 5, that number in front, don't ever forget about that number hanging out in front. They will be very, very sad if you forget about them. So make sure you put them in your final answer. So I hope that helped you go back and forth between decimals and fractions, either with long division or just saying the number correctly. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow, all those fun things so you know when we make more videos. And if you have any questions, please get a hold of me and let me know. I hope you have a great day.